Once upon a time in the beautiful kingdom of Umudike, there was a wealthy king named Obina. King Obina had everything anyone could dream of: a grand palace, vast lands, and treasures beyond imaginations. But what he loved the most in the world was his only daughter, Princess Nkechi. Princess Nkechi was the most beautiful girl in the kingdom. She had long flowing hair, sparkling eyes, and a smile that could light up the darkest night. Everyone in the kingdom adored her, and her father, the king, pampered her more than anything else. Because of her father's wealth, Nkechi lived a life of luxury. She had the finest clothes, the best toys, and the most delicious food prepared by the palace chefs. There were maids to dress her, servants to bring her anything she wanted, and guards to protect her. Nkechi's days were filled with fun and laughter. She played in the palace garden, sang songs with the birds, and danced to the sweet melodies of the palace musician. Life was perfect for the young girl. But there was one thing that Nkechi never learned: responsibility. Because everything was done for her, she didn't know how to take care of herself. She didn't know how to clean her room, wash her clothes, or even cook a simple meal. Whenever something needed to be done, she would call for one of the maids or servants. As Nkechi grew older, King Obinna started to worry. He knew that one day his precious daughter would need to marry and have a family of her own. But how could she be a good wife if she didn't know how to take care of her home? When Nkechi turned 18, suitors from all over the world came to ask her hand in marriage. They brought gifts and treasures, hoping to win her heart. The first suitor was a young prince named Emeka. He was brave, kind, and very handsome. Prince Emeka and Nkechi spent a lot of time together, and soon they fell in love. The palace were filled with joy as everyone prepared for the grand wedding. But there was one problem: Nkechi didn't know how to cook. On the day of the wedding feast, Nkechi wanted to impress Prince Emeka with a meal she had prepared herself. But because she had never cooked before, she didn't know what to do. The food was either burnt or raw, and the kitchen was a mess. When Prince Emeka tasted the food, he tried to hide his disappointment, but Nkechi could see it in his eyes. She felt embarrassed and ashamed that night. Prince Emeka gently told her that he could marry her if she didn't know how to take care of four. Nkechi's heart was broken. She cried and cried, but she knew Prince Emeka was right. How could she be a good wife if she didn't know how to do anything on her own? But instead of learning from her mistake, Nkechi continued to rely on the palace maids and servants. A year later, another suitor came to ask for Nkechi's hand. His name was Obinna, just like her father, and he was a rich merchant. He was kind and patient, and Nkechi quickly fell in love with him. They decided to get married, and once again, the palace was filled with joy, but history repeated itself. Nkechi's lack of responsibility caused problems in their marriage. She couldn't manage the household, and Obinna grew frustrated. After several months, he too decided to leave, breaking Nkechi's heart once more. Nkechi was determined to find love again. This time, a noble named Chima came to the palace. He was wise and gentle, and he promised to love Nkechi no matter what. They got married, but once again, Nkechi's inability to take care of herself caused problems. Chima tried to teach her how to cook and clean, but Nkechi found it difficult. She was used to having everything done for her, and she didn't have the patience to learn. After many arguments and sleepless nights, Chima too left, leaving Nkechi in tears. After 3 broken marriages, Nkechi felt lost and alone. She realized that her father's pampering had done her more harm than good. She didn't know how to take care of herself, and it had cost her the chances at happiness. One day, while sitting in the garden, Nkechi saw an old woman carrying a heavy basket of fruits. The woman stumbled and fell, spilling the fruits all over the ground. For the first time, Nkechi felt the urge to help. She ran over, picked up the fruits, and helped the woman to her feet. The old woman thanked Nkechi and told her a story about a princess who learned to be responsible and take care of herself. Inspired by the story, Nkechi decided it was time to change. Nkechi went to her father and told him that she wanted to learn how to be responsible. King Obinna was surprised but very pleased. He arranged for Nkechi to learn from the best teachers in the kingdom. Nkechi learned how to cook, clean, and manage the household. It wasn't easy, and there were many times she wanted to give up, but she kept going. With each passing day, she grew more confident and capable. As Nkechi's skill improved, so did her outlet on life. She became more dependent and started to appreciate the hard work that went into taking care of home. She no longer relied on the maids and servants for everything. One day, a humble farmer named Nnamdi came to the palace. He had heard about Nkechi's transformation and wanted to get to know her. Unlike the other suitors, Nnamdi wasn't interested in her beauty or wealth. He admired her determination and hard work. Nkechi and Nnamdi spent time together and they quickly fell in love. Nnamdi didn't care that Nkechi was once a pampered princess. He loved her for who she had become, responsible and kind-hearted woman. They got married in a simple but beautiful ceremony, surrounded by friends and family. This time, Nkechi was ready. She knew how to take care of a home, and she and Nnamdi built a happy life together. Nkechi's journey wasn't easy, but it taught her an important lesson. She learned that true happiness comes from within and that being responsible and caring for others bring more joy than wealth and luxury. Princess Nkechi and Farmer Nnamdi lived happily ever after, and their story became a cherished tale in the kingdom of Umudike, teaching generations to come to the value of hard work, responsibility, and true love. Nkechi's first few days of learning to be responsible were challenging. She woke up early in the morning and joined the maids in their daily chores. At first, she didn't know how to sweep the floor properly or wash clothes without making a mess, but the maids were patient with her. "I've never done this before," Nkechi confessed to one of the maids at that. As she struggled to sweep the floor. "It's okay, princess. Everyone starts somewhere. Just hold the broom like this." Ada said, showing Nkechi the correct way. Cooking was the hardest task for Nkechi. The palace chef, a kind woman named Mama Nkiro, took her under her wings. Mama Nkiro taught Nkechi how to prepare simple meals first, like boiling rice and making soup. One day, as Nkechi tried to make stew, she accidentally added too much salt. She tasted the stew and spit it out, coughing. "Oh no, it rained," she cried. Mama Nkiro laughed gently. "It's not rained, my dear. Now you know to be careful with the salt." As weeks turned into months, she started to improve. She learned to be patient with herself and others. When she made mistakes, she didn't get upset. Instead, she tried again. The palace staff began to notice a change in her. One day, her father, King Obinna, watched her from a distance as she helped the maid carry a heavy basket of laundry. She smiled, feeling proud of his daughter's progress. Kingdom of Umudike celebrated the festival of harvest every year. It was a time of joy, music, and feasting. This year, Nkechi decided to help with the preparation. She joined the women in making decorations and cooking food for the feast. The night before the festival, Nkechi stayed up late, helping to prepare a special dish called jollof rice. She followed Mama Nkiru's instruction carefully, adding the right amount of spices and stirring. The day of the festival, the kingdom was alive with excitement. Colorful banners and flowers decorated the streets, and the sound of drum floats filled the air. Nkechi wore a beautiful dress that she had helped sew, feeling more confident than ever. The feast began, and everyone gathered around the table, filled with delicious food. When it was time to serve the jollof rice, Nkechi nervously watched as people took their first bite. To her delight, they smiled, praised and dish. "This is wonderful, Princess Nkechi," said one of the village elders. "You have truly outdone yourself." Nkechi's heart swelled with happiness. She realized that hard work and dedication brought joy not just to herself, but to others as well. One evening after the festival, a traveler arrived at the palace gate. He was an old man, weary from his journey, and asked for shelter. Nkechi, now accustomed to helping others, welcomed him warmly and offered him food and a place to rest. As he talked, the old man told Nkechi about his travel and the many people he has met. He shared stories of kindness and generosity, and Nkechi listened intently, learning valuable lessons from his tale. "You have a good heart, princess," the old man said. "Remember, true wealth is found in the love and respect of others." Nkechi spent many nights reflecting on her journey and the lessons she had learned. She realized that being responsible and caring for others had made her happier and more fulfilled than any luxury ever could. She began to spend more time with the people of the kingdom, listening to their stories and helping them with their problems. She visited the sick, comforted the lonely, and offered a helping hand wherever it was needed. Pina watched his daughter with pride and saw the positive changes in her and how she had become a beloved figure in the kingdom. He knew that she had grown into a responsible and compassionate young woman. One day, she called Nkechi in his chambers. "My dear daughter, you have made me very proud. You have shown that true nobility comes from the heart, and that kindness and responsibility are the greatest treasures."